Anyway, on to the last match.
Okay, I've got the big one, which is kind of surprising.
Darby versus Moxley in an I Quit match.
Yeah, for those who don't know, of course, I Quit matches, like the only way to win is you have to force the other guy to say I quit. And due to how extremely violent and insane and suicidal both Darby and John Moxley are, you expect like balls to the wall, whatever. And we were surprised. Now there were some spots that were kind of whatever, but it's not like what we were expecting to the degree.
Like buckets and buckets and buckets of blood where I'm just like, because I'm just sitting here waiting, so, okay, they're going to piss me off. How are they going to piss me off this time?
Yeah.
And it wasn't the blood, but as mentioned earlier, because of they're in the state of Missouri, right? They're in St. Louis, Missouri, so
yeah.
The commission there does not allow that, so that just shows how unnecessary these bloody spots are for a majority of their matches.
Yeah, but the other thing also is that I guess maybe Tony Khan didn't do proper research or the memo or anyone else didn't say, boss, do you know about the, whatever, the state rules or whatever? Because why would you book a match like this in a state where you can't do blood?
With those two especially.
Yeah, with those two and that stipulation. And I know people don't like the blood too much, but this is like one that, like, how can you not have blood given their track record and all that stuff? It's like Tony Khan should have did some excuse or something to say it for the next pay-per-view when they're in some other state where they can't.
Yeah, and the fact that with the last pay-per-view, like because Moxley couldn't blade himself proper, they had Darby bite him or whatever. I mean,
so anyway, some of the spots that came to mind with this one, this match that had the most stuff and shenanigans is easy to remember. Was the super uncomfortable thing with with Mox sticking like the skewers under Darby's fingernails, and that was hard to look at. I forgot other things they had that stood out. I know Marina Shafir interfered because, of course, that's what she does. She's doing stuff with Moxley. I really want to start on with Renee and Marina, but anyway,
fish tank.
Yeah, near the end, that was one thing that kind of
that part with the. He did a coffin drop or so, and he got thrown into the.
Oh yeah,
and I was laughing. And I was just laughing my head. I was like a dummy flying across the screen,
like the Al
Bundy dummy from like Murder with Children, when the fat women would be punching him across the room.
Yeah, but they fucking launched his ass across the from the ring all the way out to the Mexican announce
table. And with the way the camera, because they replayed it like the 3 different angles in one angle, I was like, okay, I don't think he's moving anymore.
The only thing needed was
like movie.
But that was like,
see, that's sad. I'm making fun of a poor man's health here.
Yeah.
Anyways, Darby.
Okay. But yeah, so near the end, they grabbed a random fish tank. You're like, what the hell? And they grabbed like these 2 water coolers and filled it up, and they're actually trying to drown Darby.
No, but here's what I was thinking. I said, oh yeah, they're gonna put some piranhas in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It would be funny, obviously they can't use real piranhas, but can you imagine if they use like literal obvious goldfish that any blind person, that even Mr. Magoo can see that they're goldfish, left the commentary, oh my god,
like those little Japanese, like those little, like Wendy, hang on, Wendy, they have those little toy robot ones they have at like festivals and Japanese festivals, like the one with the magnets.
Yeah, but pretend that oh my god, they're piranhas. They're actually real life piranhas.
And then I can just imagine.
Excalibur.
I can imagine Darby backstage just like painting them with like frowning faces.
Oh god. But anyway, they were trying to drown his ass and everything. And
of course, I was shocked because I thought that soap and water would have melted him. He doesn't look like the type of person that takes a bath.
Okay. Now, the other thing is, it's also surprising because I think it's one of the rare times to see Darby with his full face because the makeup, of course, was washed out.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. So then the lights go out and Santa Sting shows up. I'm sorry.
Santa Sting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I call him too. I call him that too, Santa Sting. That's what I call him.
This is so weird. It's like even Cornette was saying, like, dude, you don't even bother to
It's like he just show. It's sort of like I said, oh no, the lights going down. That what? And now Joe said, "Was Sting going to show up?" And I was like, oh,
yep,
Sting. All right. Obviously, he didn't give a crap because he just did his little thing. Didn't even fix his makeup. Didn't shave. Nothing. Whether he broke the fish tank and then gave Darby the bet and he left the ring. and then other crap. And this match felt like it ended too soon. I mean, I didn't mind because I just didn't care about it at all, but it still felt off. And then there was a part, yeah, he had the bet. Whatever happened, Darby won. And there was something that was the I quit part. We didn't hear really say I quit because there was no mic to let us know that he said I quit.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it right on the nose. That's exactly what I was saying. Okay. I'm going to give y'all a little visual understanding. Okay. First of all, how do you win an I quit match?
You supposed to say I
say
quit.
The word into a microphone. Why the fuck did the ref not have a microphone? Second of all, Mox never said the word I quit. He said, okay, stop. He never actually quit.
He just submitted.
Which means he submitted, but he never said the words I quit in an I quit match. Not to mention the really stupid multiple spots, the skewers and the fingernails. At this point, it's becoming torture porn. It's not even wrestling anymore. It's just pure Mox getting off so he could watch tapes later.
Right.
And I'm going to do this one. It's a little gross. I want you to remind, this is vodka. So let's just put this as a visual aid. Moxley, in order to win this match, wants Darby to say, I quit. And proceeds to dunk his head in water, leading to, even if he wanted it, it would sound like this. How would that work?
I was thinking that at the time with the water, I was laughing, say, okay, I don't know how you're going to hear him say I quit underwater, but okay.
He's drowning. It's water. How can you talk in the water? He's not.
Maybe he was supposed to pull a Wile E. Coyote and just pull up a sign that just says "I quit" and just put it down.
I think he watched too many Disney films or something. You know?
I was thinking of that joke when that happened. I was thinking of that joke from Dumb and Dumber, where he's like, "You heard him. That was his last words. He blamed me." Well, I mean, not if you count that gurgling noise. Like that's what I was thinking. I'm like, how you were gonna win a I quit match when the guy can't talk? That'd be like me fighting someone in. That'd be like me. That'd be like me fighting someone in
that kind of thing.
Yeah, but
I'm like, that'd be like me fighting someone in an I quit match and then putting a ball gag on them. It's like, how is this gonna work?
Stuff with soccer.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Oh my God! For his next attempt, he's gonna have a staring contest with Helen Keller. What is he gonna do now? You know, it's just.
I'm gonna bet money that's. I hope Botchamania uses the clip where he's dunking his head in the water. Like, where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money? It's down there somewhere. Let me take a look.
I mean, all right. First off, this was ridiculous because you got Dean Ambrose, who, yeah, I'm calling him Dean Ambrose on this one because this is. How the hell are you gonna have a death match with no blood? This is like, and anybody who remembers this game knows exactly what I'm talking about. This is like Mortal Kombat 1 on the Super Nintendo. Like, no blood, no gore, just dumb stuff. But I find it funny.
You don't even get the cheat codes.
Yeah, you don't even get the cheat codes. Like, but I find it dumb that, okay, you can't blade, you can't cut, but skewers are okay. Like that part I didn't get, and not to mention, like I've watched a lot of Japan death matches, things of that nature, and there's a certain art to them. These guys are just doing straight up backyard wrestling. That's all it is at this point.
Yep,
and it's amateur at best.
Yeah,
Now,
I've even seen better backyard wrestling than what they do.
exactly. This is even backyard wrestling. You remember those VHSs that they used to have as a kid called bum fights? That's what these
Yes.
are. It's the
It's
freaking
bum fights. Yeah, it is. Which is apropos because Moxley's a bum.
Yeah, it was like two
Oh,
home
Swing
games,
Cornette
like
says
$20
the plumber.
on a Blockbuster. So you've already got that, and you're trying to get somebody to say I quit, and you're drowning him. That was dumb. Number two, Moxley submitted, but he did not say I quit. You are absolutely right. And then number three, what the? Where did Dorkin Sting come out of? Looking like an old retired, like, dude looks like a retired Norwegian metal band singer just coming out of nowhere.
I just laugh because I'm like, dude, I love you, Sting, but I'm like, leave.
Yeah, just go
away.
Jokingly say like, "Hey,
Go
maybe let him
away.
stay. They let him stay here long enough to give a speech this time before he gets cut off."
Also, there was one other thing I was remembering in my notes. Another thing I remembered. So Sting hands Darby the bat, right? And then he vanishes after he breaks the aquarium. He hands Sting the bat, right? Or Sting hands Darby the bat. Then he goes, "Caw!" and he disappears or whatever. And and then Darby then takes the bat and he goes to Moxley's head, and Moxley's like, do it. And then Darby hits him in the stomach. I'm like, no, dumbass, swinging for his head.
Yeah, but how would that work in real life, though? Unless it was like a gimmick bat.
Yeah, that's where you draw the line with the stupid at this point. That's crossing a line. Oh, skewers in the fingertips. Oh, it's fucked up. The Aqua Tank, no, we can't have a real bat hitting someone.
Now you've gone too far.
Now you're crossing the line.
Like, even a steel chair can be gimmick, but a bat, like that's legit real concussion.
Just do what they do in freaking. Just do what they do in Stardom and use a wiffle bat. Just bang and have it bend.
The funny thing is, with all the stuff, we never got to hear Moxley actually say I quit. Imagine when they're drowning Darby, you just hear like the dub voiceover. I can see parachutes. He's okay.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, just put little subtitles on it so like he's gurgling at the bottom of the screen. It says like, "Oh, like what are you doing?"
Oh, you imagine like grab Moxley and you hear like a super obviously not Moxley voice, I quit or something, and then ding, he quit. It was like just dubbed over all lazy.
You know bad about that? I didn't realize he didn't say I quit because I couldn't hear.
Never said the word I quit ever. And again, why the hell did the ref not have a microphone? You had one job. One.
I don't think Tony Khan remembers how I quit matches work.
Clearly not.
I mean, it's not even set up.
I was about to say they just blame it on him because Tony Khan just doesn't know what
he doesn't know what a death match is. He doesn't know what a I quit match is.
Well, like unlike some other companies who disqualify a wrestler in a no DQ match.
Hey, they stopped doing that. They stopped doing that now. That was during the Vince era. Don't get mad at me.
It's like, I mean, they didn't even have a little setup where maybe Darby could cheat because seriously, I don't see how anyone could view him as a face. Period. He could cheat, like maybe he got sound bites or wasn't saying I quit and they tape it in or something,
Here's an idea.
Mox will be mad at Darby and then he goes after Darby. Or he could have did it the other way around when Mox makes Darby quit and because they cheat so much, it pipes up in to make Darby seem like he said I quit when he didn't, and then they can have a rivalry. I don't really care about either one.
They bring in
here's a gimmick you could do.
Cameron, she's a ventriloquist, remember? So while you're drowning Darby, you can be like, I quit, and there you go.
Here's how I would do it. I would literally get Darby. This is how I'm like, if you're gonna go stupid, go full stupid. That's my mentality. Have a metal pole, like a cheap ass metal, metal pole, like a flag pole, and have a big ass fucking AEW flag. And then Darby will put the flag over Moxley's head and try choking him with it. Then wrap the pole around his neck or whatever, and then throw him over the side of the ring, and you're like, "Say I quit," like, and then like that's how he wins. Ding, ding, ding. It's stupid, but fuck it. Who cares?
But he did try to hang him though.
I said to someone, or like, it's so funny. This just shows the level of stupid that Darby Allin is. He didn't realize. He recently said that in an interview. I didn't realize that until I went up there that there's dead bodies up in Mount Everest.
Wow.
It's Everest. Like, what do you think? The Sherpas are going to go up there and get them? Like, they're going to just leave them there. Like, what do you? There's a reason people refer to an Everest as an impossible thing, because people have died attempting it. That's why it's called an Everest. And I was thinking about that. Like, he talks about, like, I guess on Dynamite or whatever. He's like, a lot of people mock me for what I do and say he's gonna kill himself. They don't understand. It's because I'll die for this company. I'm like, no. It's not a matter of you doing death-defying stunts. It's a matter of you doing stupid death-defying stunts. That's the point. Like, we loved watching Jeff Hardy doing crazy death-defying shit. But not if Jeff Hardy was doing crazy death-defying shit that was going to quite literally kill someone.
Yeah, this is getting borderline Johnny Knoxville types of stupid.
Like, if Jeff Hardy climbed the top of a 20-foot ladder, jumping off, lands through a table and hits someone, everyone's like, whoa, that's insane. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. No one should be doing that's nuts. Fine. But if Darby Allin did it, it would be like, okay, but what if we replace the tables with cinder blocks, and then we somehow put a staple board of forks on my chest, and then I dive? Everyone's like, why? Now you're just doing overkill. What's the point?
Or how about I just rub myself in tuna and just dive into a pool of gerbils? Like, what? Makes no goddamn sense.
No, rabid gerbils. If there's a thing.
Anyway, what are your thoughts, Johnny, on this cluster of a match?
I mean, honestly, Jack, I just have to say this. You're trying to make this make sense. And it was just so dumb. I mean, this is the only way, this is a coping mechanism.
Wendy, you are never satisfied. You can't have a bloody death match and you can't have a clean death match. What do you want?
I'm fully convinced this is a kink. It has to be. It has to be.
Just wanted to make sense. Now, like I said, a death match, I don't care for blood, but it makes sense that it's there. I don't like the bloody matches where you just look at someone like Moxley, he just combusts blood for no reason, So you gotta give me credit. Give that to me. Like that, I can't. I think it's just dumb. It's unnecessary. But then this kind of match, there really should have been blood and there wasn't. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, I was conflicted and confused after this match.
It was weird.
It was just weird.
And like I said, they gotta do a storyline. They gotta do a storyline where, like, Renee gets jealous or something because, like, maybe she's super vanilla and Marina's, she's a tougher girl, so she can actually smack them around and stuff during the bedtime festivities and stuff like that, and have that. And maybe even if Renee's going to take a bump, have Marina like body slam her or some shit, and maybe Moxley's like, "Oh, you're taking it too far. You're forgetting your role."
Well, and earlier in the episode we got to mention with Renee, she was complaining about this match, and she was like, that Mox was going to do this match, and she, remember, he's still my husband. He's the father of my child. I said, well, get a new father of your child. This man crazy. But but no, she was saying she can't wait for it to be over. But she said, okay, well, I want to put my bias to the side, and she went back to her commentating or whatever. So it was just, Yeah, like it was just weird. Sorry. Go ahead.
Your thoughts, Johnny?
Yeah, that was weird. I have to say that. But yeah, the match felt weird. I felt it was kind of stupid in certain aspects. It's kind of weird that there was no blood in the match, even though I'm not welcoming the blood because I'm not a big fan of blood eater like that. But
Yeah.
we're so accustomed to seeing a John Moxley match being so bloodied up. It does seem a little out of character that there's no blood, but now we know the
it's like the
backstory
one
why
time
they
that
allow
makes
blood.
sense for it to be bloody.
Because I guess in Missouri they don't allow blood. Which I don't know. I think it's kind of good in a way because we don't really need to see that much blood to get entertained, in my opinion.
But to be fair, with this kind of match, it makes sense to have.
It does make sense that there would be blood, and I was expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
Because come on, you have two of the most how would I say to say it in other ways, sacrificial type wrestlers that do a lot of sacrificial kind of things, risky things. You are expecting to see some blood going on. So that was kind of weird. And I don't know, I kind of felt like John Moxley kind of lost the match a little too fast, in my opinion. I think he normally puts out a bigger fight in these type of matches. So it's kind of weird that he just kind of like, even though he didn't say I quit per se, but he still like, gave up, I guess, in this match.
They forgot that it was an I quit match.
But
well, I mean, it pretended that he said like he quit or whatever. It's just
No, I mean, what if the wrestlers themselves legit forgot they were in the I quit match?
Could be.
I mean, you have
the
this
creatives
match with no DQ and they still get DQ'd,
I think they all forgot they were in an I quit match, honestly. They're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this match, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of out of place. It's kind of, I just think the vibe of the whole pay-per-view is just off. It just felt, to me, it felt like everybody was there just to collect a check. That's what it felt like.
They're caught here.
It should have. This should have aired on Sunday. Give them a breathing, because the audience should not. You should never schedule a pay-per-view after a show. Right after a show in any promotion. I don't care what it is. Like I'd say same thing with WWE. Like that's why they don't put. You ever notice they don't put major PLEs or whatever on the same days that they have major shows. So like even like tonight at the time of recording this, tonight's NXT's Halloween Havoc, but they wouldn't have this airing right after regular NXT on Tuesday because they know people can't stay up for that shit. So it's like, okay, like
I think the problem. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I don't know. I just think it gives the audience fatigue. And it's funny because I'm like, you could tell just rewatching clips. If you rewatch clips of the last 2 or 3 matches or last couple matches of the show, rewatch them, but don't look at the match. Look at the audience. They are exhausted.
They were totally drained.
Like half of them were too tired to even hold up signs. You know how tired you have to be for that shit?
But yeah, another problem I think AEW has is that I feel like a lot of these pay-per-views, they're so cut and paste, but they're being brought out at consecutive. Yeah, exactly. Like it feels like it's just like one pay-per-view after another, after another, after another. So that also kind of brings a certain fatigue to the fans and audience alike.
Because they're trying to compete. I'm not trying to make this like a tribal thing, but if it is, I don't give a shit. They're trying to compete constantly with WWE, and the problem with that is even at their best intentions, they do not run multiple shows. Does that make sense? Like They run Dynamite the same way they run Collision. And they barely pay attention to Ring of Honor. So they're just like over there. So what they do is they contractually obligated themselves to do pay-per-views every month. But if you notice, WWE's kind of wheeling back on doing it every single month. Sure, they may do special shows, but they're not doing PLEs every month anymore because they realize, holy shit, the fans are getting exhausted. And then when they do shows, you notice they're only putting on maybe 5 or 6 matches. They're long matches, but they still clock out about maybe a 3-hour show because they realize, oh shit, that's palatable.
Yeah.
Whereas AEW, realistically, it's like this. Okay, think about it this way. Would you rather have 6, go to a nice restaurant and have 6 small courses be brought out one at a time, each something different? Little, I'm not talking about a lot, little portions, 6 courses, and have a full experience? Or would you rather have an appetizer and food and appetizer and bread and dip and chips and dessert and another appetizer and another entree and a drink? And I'm like, fuck, that's too much shit, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was just that one time at the Olive Garden, okay? Leave me alone. With unlimited breadsticks, I was hungry.
Look, I got kicked out of the Olive Garden one time because I told them to put the lasagna under the fettuccine on top of the spaghetti, and they said no. All right, the one time. No, I'm just kidding.
I just started thinking of that Simpsons episode where Homer got kicked out of all the fast food plate. The buffet place.
It was all you can eat.
Yeah, all you can eat.
There's a line. What's so funny? I was thinking about. Have you ever seen the movie Heavyweights? The Disney movie Heavyweights. It was an old movie.
Oh yeah, I remember it, but I never saw it.
That's such a great, funny ass movie. There's a scene near the end of the movie where basically the kids go crazy. They rebel against the camp and they go crazy and just eat all the most fattening food and go crazy. They're all fat kids. They run around. They have like a bender on sugar and they basically get hung over the next day. And then the camp leader, who's really nice, is like, now what did we all learn? And that's how I feel about watching AEW. Like, what do we all learn? And the one kid wakes up and is like, never put Twinkies on your pizza. And everyone's like, like that's AEW. That's how I feel with AEW. What did we learn? And they're like, no, you learned the wrong thing, stupid. No. No.
I kind of like that comparison.
So overall, this pay-per-view was unfortunate because I always try to find a good side. I always have whatever. This one was pretty average. I was disappointed that even like the big Tony Storm match, because I was like Tony Storm as a title match, was kind of so. And of course, honestly, Sasha Banks, title versus title, Mina Shirakawa. I'm like, fuck, she's gonna lose her title. It's a Mercedes.
So the main thing I'm saying is Red Velvet back or something. Since it's an interim champ thing, and then I said, but Mercedes.
I don't know how that works though. It's an interim title, so I guess Red Velvet would challenge for it again whenever she comes back.
And not get it. So anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was an average thing. It was a show that was most entertaining because it's something to watch. We had company over, we had food, we're talking, we're banking, we're making fun of the shit going on the screen. It's kind of like watching
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay. It's kind of like watching like The Room or something. It's more fun with people there as opposed to you actually watching expecting like cinema. You know what I mean?
What a free story, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. And all that. But
I like to believe as dumb.
I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
But you are, Mark.
I'd like to believe the reason Moxley didn't say I quit is because he forgot his line. Like that's how dumb he is. So he actually was like, I quack. I mean, damn it. What was it? Shit.
I think with this pay-per-view too, I think all the matches felt a bit off, was because the fact that y'all mentioned like the stuff we didn't know about the collision stuff, how that was running over, which ran over into the pre-show, which ran over into the pay-per-view. And like I said, even at the finish for the Darby and Moxley match, even that felt kind of off. Like there probably should have been more to the match.
You know, just end it now, man. End it now. Come on.
It did now.
Okay.
It did now.
So I don't know if you guys hear about the controversy that's going on with Adam, or what's her name? Amanda Kubert, the Brody Lee's wife, his widow.
Oh, okay. Because I forgot. Like, I'm like, who is she again? Okay, and then
so Brody Lee's widow and this former wrestler named Sarah Stock, who was known as Dark Angel in Shimmer and in Stardom for a little bit. So Sarah Stock used to be a coach and a wrestling trainer for AEW. So she actually used to work for AEW.
Oh,
and then she quit. So Sarah Stock basically, because AEW's official page, they posted the clip of the, spot with the aquarium spot. And Sarah Stock rightfully said, well, hang on. Well, she said, this is like they said, the quotation in the clip says, this needs to stop this. And she goes, you know who should be saying that? Mothers. They shouldn't be showing this because kids are going to see this and emulate it at schools or wherever and home and hurt themselves.
I remember that tweet.
And she's not wrong. In that way, I do kind of agree with her. She said this is worse than the plastic bag spot. And I'm like, yeah, it is technically simulated murder. So yeah. And then Amanda Kubert basically went, you shouldn't be talking. You're not a mother. And mothers wouldn't let their kids sit there and watch this stuff and and whatever. They get control of their kids. You don't have any kids. And then like saying all this shit. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but Amanda, you're a dumbass because in the front row, there's goddamn kids. They kept cutting to them because they were holding signs. So what are you talking about? Like, oh, there should be kids. Look, I'm not trying to say kids are going to simulate people drowning each other in pools and shit. It's that I see exactly what Sarah Stock is saying, which is like, there's got to be some sort of
balance
where, with good example, with WWE, and I keep comparing it, or with Stardom. Here's a better example. With Stardom, if they do crazy hardcore shit, which they rarely, if ever, do, they make it a very big deal. They make a big deal about it and how it's going to be very violent and and they do that to prepare people who bring young children to not see this. Hey, you might not want to be here for this match, whatever. You might not want to see this match. You might want to skip this match or whatever. And they give them the fair warning to do that. I'm not saying they have to do that with AEW, but I'm saying the same show that quite literally has puppets should not be the same show where a person is simulated to be drowning in a pool. This isn't don't hug me, I'm scared. This is supposed to be professional wrestling. There's got to be a balance between. That's all. Just some credit, some sort of balance. And I agree with Sarah Stock 100% on this whole thing. And also Amanda Hubert's whole, well, I was in the industry. I'm like, you were married to a wrestler. That doesn't make you part of the industry. By that logic,
can someone tell a certain wife of a certain WWE Hall of Famer that used to put people in caskets? That
yeah. I'm like, by that logic, freaking Undertaker's ex-wife Sarah should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. By that logic, it's like, no, that's stupid. Like, Like, that's her logic. Of like, well, I was married, therefore I know the industry. No, the fuck you don't. You know what they let you see.
Watch a wrestling match. I think I know this industry.
You're the guy. I said, you're the equivalent of going to a magic show and cleaning the hat that the magician pulls the rabbit out of. That doesn't make you a goddamn magician. That makes you just a slight assistant.
Oh boy. So anyways,
Anyway.
guys, any final thoughts on the pay-per-view in general? Like I said, for me, it was just kind of average, and it was just more fun because company and all that stuff. But as a show on its own,
it was very, very underwhelming. It was odd. The match that should have had blood did not have blood. And like I say, I'm not into the bloody matches, but there's a time and a place for it, and this was it. And it
it's like special guest star Abdullah the Butcher, assuming he's still alive. I'm not sure if he is or not. And then but no blood.
He should be dead. I mean, I don't want him dead. I'm just saying, if he's not dead, I'm surprised he isn't. That's all.
I think, it was shit. It was a shit show. There was, I said,
I saw your very cryptic message, Jack. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
I think there was overall 2 matches I would write as far as successfully good. As I said before, Tekla versus Jamie Hayter was a great, surprisingly good match, because I think no one was getting too invested in it, and it came at the right spot, right in the middle, like right at the very beginning of the show, so the crowd wasn't too fatigued, because that was a match that really needed the crowd support, and it had it, and it really thrived for it. And then the other match was the Joe versus Paige match, which had the opposite effect, which was, I wish the crowd was alive and was able to interact, because I think that the crowd could have elevated that match higher than it was. But aside from those 2 matches, the rest of it was kind of a clusterfuck, because it was like, it had moments of like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's all right. Okay, that's stupid. Whatever. But nothing that really was like, that was amazing. Like, nothing to the level of caliber to be a pay-per-view. Maybe a special, maybe one of those, what do they call them? Fighter fests? Maybe.
Yeah.
But not a full-on pay-per-view. No.
Thank you, William.
Well, for me, the pay-per-view was just kind of there. This could have been a special, like an AEW special. Like, it wasn't worth being an actual pay-per-view. And honestly, even if they were going to make this a pay-per-view, do it like an event like, WrestleMania or something, where you split the matches in half. And then one day you have like the first 5 matches, then the next day you have the other 5 matches. Don't make it so that literally, even if the audience is supposed to get hyped for a match, they can't because they're too tired. Like, honestly, yeah, it just dawned on me that there was no blood in the Darby Allin and Moxley match. It just dawned on me that Sting showed up. And the only reason why it just dawned on me was at the point when I watched it. I watched the whole thing, but I was too tired to care about the fucking match.
Yeah, so, even rewatch that clip where Sting shows up. The crowd's like, whoa.
Yeah.
They didn't pop. They were just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't like they weren't happy to see him. It's just literally the fact of you're too exhausted.
There'd be no energy.
Like Yep. It's like free energy drinks for everybody. What? No.
If they would have did that might have worked.
Energy.
No, Johnny,
like, yeah, Darby, yeah. They're like, yeah, Darby, yeah. No.
Yeah, personally, WrestleDream felt like a boring dream. This is unfortunately one of the most boringest, underwhelming pay-per-view AEW has done, and I don't know. There's just a lot of things that
everything's great.
I'm still trying to scratch my head where they went wrong with this, but I think it's just the fact that there's way too many pay-per-views happening at once. Like constantly. Not much of a diverse selection of wrestlers because it's always going to be the Darby Allins, the Young Bucks, Moxley. Like it's always the same wrestlers for the most part. So that also plays a part. Like you don't really see much anything new. Like it's always the same old, same old. And of course, with freaking Mercedes Moné always winning all the time, and that gets boring too after a while. So I don't know. It just felt very repetitive in certain aspects, and it just felt like something that could have just been like a regular. It could have just been like a regular Collision episode rather than a long ass of how long was it, like 6 hours plus, long
work day.
And
It's like, I think that's it too. You're just tired from it. We didn't even see all the pre-show and Collision stuff. I just can't imagine what the audience was feeling. And like I said, my very first AEW show that you and Johnny took me to, I'm like, this is interesting, this is exciting. I'm seeing Jeff Hardy, and all that stuff, but we had to sit through Ring of Honor and Dynamite and Rampage. I was exhausted and sleepy, but I was trying to keep myself awake to watch,
Yeah.
So for frame of reference, it's a matter of quality over quantity. When a couple months back, I went to go to a TNA taping, and it was for their live show. And when I went to the live show, it was a 2-day event. I went the live show just by itself. And then the next day I came back, because it was a 2-day event. That second day, I went and they filmed 3 episodes of TNA Impact. So they had like a full month's worth of taping. And then afterwards, we had a meet and greet for people who wanted to meet the wrestlers, some of the wrestlers. All of that, from me getting parked, coming to the arena, the 3 shows, plus the meet and greet, I was all together, it was about 6 hours. So it's the matter of like, if they can do all of that in 6 hours, what the hell is the excuse for AEW? That you are draining your fans. Like, it's ironic that it is called WrestleDream because half of them were fucking asleep.
I know I would have been. I know for a fact I would have been. I was like, I can't fight this anymore. I mean, I fall asleep on Dynamite, and the fact that they're doing that, they're trying to do the thing where they're trying to do Collision and Dynamite back to back now.
So WrestleDream actually knocked us down for that weekend. And we became the number 2 America's Cure for Insomnia because WrestleDream was number 1, I guess. But there we go. So anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here. I think we're going to wrap it up here because I think at this point we're going to just repeat the general thing over and we'll see what's going on with the next pay-per-view or the next event and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So Mark Rodriguez signing off here, and with me are
William White, a.k.a. Ninja Panda 1980. Good to be back. See you guys later. This WrestleDream has got me sleepy.
Jack Knives from Jack Knives Reviews signing out.
And this is Juby Chan, also known as in the Jupiter. You can call me Wendy, and I have to agree with William. Yeah, WrestleDream just calls me out, man. So I will turn this over to the one, the only, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man, I don't know, too sweet to be sour or something. I'm just sleeping. Johnny Rodriguez.
Oh, God. All right. See you next time, guys.
See you next time, guys. Sweet dreams.